All right, so today we'll finish off the networking part, setting up an SSH for secure communication. All right, so I'm audible clearly.
Yes.
All right, so first we'll set up the host name for this machine. Right. There is a file called host name.
You're recording.
Yes, I'm recording it. Yeah, I'm recording. All right, so this is the file in RHL7 or CentOS 7 to set the host name. Right, let's say node1.example.com. All right, so the host name is node1, node1.example.com. So something we can give it or whatever we require. And for the session, if we want, this one. So for the session, if it will we want, we can give it like this: host name. Still, it's just localhost, host name, and node1.example.com. This would be there for session, only for this session. And when we restart, it would be again localhost if we do not change in this file, right? Once we change in this file, we have to restart. That we hello.
Yeah, yeah,
I think you have two sessions here.
sorry. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. Hello.
Yeah, now can it's clear now. Yeah, fine. All right. So changing this host name in this particular file is not enough. We have to restart the machine. All right. And once we restart, then on the host name, is applied actually. So just for the session you want to change, you don't want to make it permanent, then with this command you're going to set that, and node1 dot example.com, and node1 dot example.com. Yeah, fine. So once we restart, then only it is going to apply permanently. Here also, if you see it, it is root at the rate localhost, you can see here. All right. So we have set the host name, and in that etc hostname file, then we need to set this IP address. All right, so in graphical environment, this is where we are going to get that settings. And here we can see there is connected connection is established, and we can whatever we try to we try to change it here in the graphical environment. So in Linux, any configuration you do through graphical environment, everything gets stored in a configuration file. And that configuration file for network part would be there in this location. Configuration files for networking. That would be there in /etc /sysconfig /network -scripts. So within this, you find the configuration files related to your networking part. So here you can see already there is some IP address for this, and which it took dynamically, right? So what we can do is go to IPv4 here. All right, so here you can see that this machine is receiving IP address automatically, right? Which we don't want to do that. We want to have something manual, right? So let's say 192.168 dot 0 dot 100, for example, and the IP address or a net mask. So if you have the gateway address and the DNS address, all those things you can give it. And IPv6, if you have, you can, otherwise you can disable it. Right, so apply, disable the connection, and again enable the connection. Right, so if you observe here, in this location, we have IFCFG, the interface configuration, and the interface name is ENS33. So probably we did the configuration of the same thing. Right, all this configuration. Let us see whether uh, uh, it affected in the configuration file or not. Seeing here, IP address 0.100, device name ENS33, right? So anything we do it in graphical way, right? Same thing will be applied in the background. It is going to edit the configuration files, and it is going to um, it is going to edit these configuration files and save it over here. Alright. And yeah, host name we have set it. We set the IP address. This is what we got it, and we'll try to set the same thing in other machine as well. All right, so I have applied 101 is what the IP address, and we will set the host name for this machine. Node 2.example.com. All right, so first let's try to ping with host name node 1, self ping for node 1. So let's try with IP address. With IP address I'm able to ping. With host name I am not able to. So for that we have to provide host name to IP address resolution in this file. In this file we have to give it, that is 192.168.0.100, that is node1.example.com, and we can give some alias name, something like this, node1 short form, 192.168.0.101, which is node2.example.com, and node2 is a short form, we can give it alias name. So in this file we have to set those IP address and host name. So whenever I try to ping with host name, right? So first it is going to search in this location, right? In this file, it is going to read whether that host exists or not. If it exists, what is the IP address for that host? So this is a local file for host name to IP address resolution. If that whatever host name we are trying to ping, right? If that host name and IP address information is not there in this local file, in the etc host file, right, then it is going to search for DNS. If it finds in this in that entry related to the host name and IP address, if it finds in this file, then it is not going to search for DNS. Right? So always, whether your machine is in the network and it is in the network, you have a DNS server as well, but the first place where it is going to search is this particular file. So similarly, in general, for a small networks, probably 10-15 machines, right, etc host file is what being maintained. DNS is not required for small network, right, where machines with less number of a network with less number of machines, we go with this etc host file. All right, so we'll go with the other machine as well. Here also we're going to edit the same thing, set the same thing. So 192.168.0.100, which is node1.example.com, alias we can give it with just a space. There's the actual host name, and give some space here, and some alias name we can give it, which is we can use it as a short form, node2.example.com and node2. So this is how you're going to give the, you're going to make the entry over here in this particular file. All right, so you can immediately try to ping node1.example.com. So we're in node2 and we are trying to ping the node1 using host name. All right. All right, so this is how we are going to set it. And okay, so we have changed the host names basically. So we'll restart the machines once, both the machines with just reboot command. Here also we will restart the machines. After this, after we come back, we'll set SSH. No, we'll use SSH to connect to both the machines and set a passwordless communication between the machines. All right, so if you open the terminal, we should be able to see it. Node 1, it got updated. All right. So SSH is a utility we do have here to connect to other machine. Node 2, we are in node 1 now, node2.example.com, or simple alias name as we give, that also we can use it. Connection refused. So probably in these machines I did make some changes. The default port number it would connect is on 22. So probably I made changes here. 7999. So I've removed that configuration. So I'll try to log in now. Yes. The root password of the other machine. Right. So right now we are in node 2, right? Just for confirmation sake, we can type the command. So exit. So from one machine to another machine in a secure way you want to connect, we can use SSH, right? So um, if at all you want to connect to other machine, not as a root, but some other user, so this is how we can give it. Here we have to provide password for user 1 of node 2, right? So probably the password is wrong, or the user also may not exist over there. There is a possibility. So here you need to make sure that this user exists in the other machine, and you have to give the correct password for that user. If you don't provide any username, simply whoever user logged into this machine and trying to SSH, right, to the other machine, it will try to log in into the other machine as root itself, because root is the user who logged in right now, right? So this is how we can, you know, um, we can uh, log in to other machine in a secure way. But here when we talk about scripts basically, and any management tools, you know, where they require root privileges to connect to the other machine, not only root privileges, any other users who want, then they use some username to connect from one machine to another machine through SSH, right? It should be automatic, and like without password they should be able to log in, because any management tool or monitoring tools, you know, if they need to collect information from other machine, so their agent process would run over there, and the communication, entire communication should be secured, as well as it should not be interactive. Right. So for scripts or as all right. So for if you're writing any scripts, for example, there is a command called SCP, that is secure copy. And let me exit from here. Let me see here. Any files are there? Okay, so okay, this error.txt file is there, right? I would like to copy this file from node 1 to node 2, right? So node 2 dot example dot com. No need to give the complete name as we provided over there, the alias name also, colon slash mnt. So basically this file error.txt in this machine, right? I want to copy into the other machine, but in this location, right? So password of root user of node to the other machine. So let's get into the other machine, that is node 2. Sorry. So ls slash mnt. See, here we got this. Similarly, if any files are here, we can, okay, there is a file called cloudendure.bin, right? In this machine, node 2, here you don't have any such files, cloudendure.bin. So what we'll do is from this machine, we will do SCP. So basically, if SSH is configured, you will be able to use SCP, that is secure copy. So the secure copy works, right, with the help of SSH only. It will copy the files in a secure manner. In the background, it uses SSH. Right? So cloud endure.bin, I want to copy to node 1 colon slash root. It's just okay. So probably these machines have used earlier, so different port numbers have set it. All right. So again, I'm just copying this file to the other machine node 1. Connection refused. What is the problem? From there. So probably from node 2, I'm trying to connect to node 1. It says connection refused. So probably there is something related to the firewall part. Probably there is a firewall which is blocking the connections. Yes, firewall is enabled now. So we will stop it. So in order to stop the firewall, we do not have anything here. So we have to use something like this. System ctl disable firewall D. So disable means it will not start whenever you restart the machine. But for now, for immediate effect, we have to stop the firewall. Right? Now we'll try to make a connection order. Still it says connection refused. So probably, so firewall, apart from firewall, we do have something called IP tables, which is again that this is clear. Mm, There is something called certain force. SC Linux is what the another security layer, which would be their SC Linux browser. Okay, so we get these things are by default enabled here in this Linux, so it is enforcing mode, so which is actually blocking probably. Let's see. Um, Set enforce 0. That means we have made it permissive, so it should allow us now. Still it is connection refuse. Probably it is running the in this machine, it is running in a different port number. Let's see. HD underscore config. Nothing like that, I guess. Password authentication also it is enabled. There is no problem in that case. Port number is 22 anyway. Okay. Service or system CTL restart SHD. I think this should work now. Yes. So probably those machines I've already used. So that's the reason there are some changes in the default configuration. So it is asking for password. I gave the password. Now it could transfer total 530 KB at the rate of 5.8 Mbps speed. So let's see whether this file exists here. Yeah, cloudendure.bin. We got this. So here, if you observe, Sai, any questions still now?
Actually, I don't know how to say this, but kind of confusing. But is this something which I have to know, or it's good to know?
It's good to know, and it is required for administration part and for Hadoop, because you
Okay.
have to set this, as I told you already, that in order to use any scripts, in order to automate the any particular process, you write a script in general, or else any
Mm-hmm.
management tools basically, right? So they require certain management tools. They require um, a passwordless communication between two machines, but but it should be secure way. So in the background they use this SSH service for secure communication between two machines. But if now this SSH will ask for password, so that becomes interactive basically, right?
Mm-hmm.
So every time it is not possible for us to give the password, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Can we?